4 guys from the UK. It's Mr. Paul Lang.
Long,
Sorry. And his son Matthew.
That long now.
And Kevin.
And Adam.
The youngest of the.
Nope.
No. I just look younger.
I think he's 23 or.
23.
Yeah.
He's 24.
24, yeah.
You're about how many months older than me? About 6 months.
Like 6 or 7, I don't know.
I must add.
Just look
Paul.
younger.
He plays the keys. He sings.
Yeah.
He's the engineer. He's a producer.
Yes.
Is it a pro or a contra to be a son of?
Well, no. There's. I get asked the question a lot. Is like, what's it like being in a band with your dad? And they're all expecting it to be
Doing together with your father.
Yeah, they're all expecting me to say, "Oh, it's really annoying," and he's dadding me all the time. That kind of thing. But honestly, it's so much fun. It's a really interesting experience because when we get on stage or when we start working together, we're not father and son anymore. We're bandmates, and we work really well together. We have like the same sort of mindset when it comes to writing songs, playing songs, and then after the gig, it's very much the other way around, where he turns back into dad again. But yeah, it's really an honour, a pleasure to play with him because he's one of my earliest influences, really.
So I can't say that you are destined to become a musician.
That's never for me to decide.
Your father Paul is early involved with music.
Yes, but because there was so much music in the house, I didn't force him.
Yeah.
No, I watched.
But you were happy when you saw that he was.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw there was something going on, of course I encouraged it and he went for it. But I didn't make him do it. And it's not my fault.
Which I really, which I really appreciated. I think if it was the other way, if he did try and force me into anything, I think I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. And but yeah, it's just great fun, and it's an honour and a pleasure to work with him. It really is.
How was it working with a father and son?
Well,
I want to say that's, but it's not a usual thing, I think.
No, it's not. But as Matt says, when we're actually all together, we are just 4 good mates that enjoy playing the same type of music. But it's interesting sometimes when over set lists, there's some discussion as to who does that, and then sometimes.
Can you always understand what they want to do or what they have already decide to do?
Well, I think that Paul tends to come up with some ideas around what we might do on a particular gig or whatever, and then occasionally Matt will say, well, actually I think we should change that and do this and do the other and ruin it. But it all works. It works well as it is.
Okay, something about your name. You are called Catfish. 20 years ago, the catfish was already disappeared in Europe. Dangerous fish, special fish.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that name?
It comes from the song, the Catfish Blues. It's one of the.
There is also a band, I think, an American band.
Yes, and there's many other bands. Yeah. But from the song, it's one of the first songs we did, and it's a Robert Petway song from the late 1920s, and we did it, but we kind of turned it on its head and found a real different way of doing it, which nobody did, and that was what set us going. Initially, taking old blues songs and turning them around, and then we started writing our own music, which is what we tend to do most now. But it comes from the Catfish Blues song.
That's a good name.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I want to go back to Matt. He's, like we told already, 23. Young, gifted, not black, so not like the Griffith song, but do you think that you are a new member of the, what I call the British blues, not movement or scene?
Well, I guess so, but it's not just me, which is what I love. There's loads of young artists out there nowadays, especially like present day. It's so great to see young, even younger than me by about say 10 years younger than me. There's still great kids out there playing blues and absolutely loving it, And it reminds me a lot of when I first started out, seeing these kids play and seeing the early sort of drive and the early enthusiasm.
The new John Mayall, the new.
Well, It's not for, again, it's not for me to say. But no, I'm having fun. Let's put it like that, and I love it.
Who are you influenced by when I call about your music? What are your influences?
Well, we all come from
I
different
can say that
places.
you're a blues rock band, or do you call yourself?
Yeah.
We call ourselves. Well, we don't really call ourselves anything, but if we had to, it would be more of a blues rock band rather than say a traditional blues band. But because we all come from different backgrounds, genre-wise, it kind of comes together and meshes together really well. Like, obviously, I love blues since I was a kid, but I also love rock and certain kinds of metal, bits of country, just bits of everything really, if it's good and that kind of thing. Paul comes from more of a sort of a prog background as well. Again, he touches base on everything, but there's a lot of prog, lots a lot of sort of soul, jazzy sort of things as well. Kevin's more sort of what would you say, sort of old school rock sort of thing, like,
old school rock.
Eagles.
Eagles and that sort of stuff. Floyd, I like. Yes, melody based.
And then Adam on the end.
I'm weird. I just like weird things, man. Like strange solo bass, jazz fusion, loopy things. Obviously,
things that make other people just go. Ugh.
Yeah, like Steve, like
the Jeff Beck stuff.
like Steve Lawson. But like
with all that
Carmine's still
together-
my favourite bass player.
Yeah.
He's like
But like with all that together, it kind of meshes together really well, but still remains sort of rootsy and based in sort of blues and blues rock areas of things. But there's still the adventure behind blurring the lines a little bit between genres, which is what I really like. So on one album, like for instance on Broken Man, it's very varied on what you've got on there. You've got everything from sort of traditional-ish blues to progressive rock to even a bit of jazz, dare I say.
Good description. This is your third release, I think.
Third release,
yeah.
How does the songwriting works? The process? Who is the man that writes the song?
It's a mixture
the
of
ideas behind the songs.
The way we tend to do it is either Paul or I tend to write most of a song on our own, and then we bring it to the rest of the band and try and flesh it out from there. So it kind of goes between one or other of us, and then the rest of the band comes in and puts their spin on things as well. So it is really all of us, but I guess it starts off from either myself or Paul.
3 releases and a lot of great and excellent reviews. You got on ABBA high rankings or
Yeah.
Doesn't everything goes not too fast to?
I don't think it does. Other people think it happens overnight, but all we can see is 4 years of hard work.
I mean, we're a hard working band. Yeah.
It's not an overdrive. You think so we can get better, or that's
No.
slow it a bit down so that we can.
No, I think we're getting better all the time.
No, I would agree.
The difficulty at the moment is we're playing so much live. It's hard to finish the next record. It's on the way. I mean, it's half done, but it's hard to fit in the time at the moment to finish it.
Because this year we've just been going all over the place, it's like abroad, mate. It's like the first year that we've actually broken the international barrier, but we've just done so much. I think by the end of the year, I think we would have all been in about 10 different countries, which is the most we've ever been in our whole life. Maybe not you, but like
That's why I call. You are a bit in an overdrive.
a little bit,
You
yeah.
want it and.
We're busy and we want it, but at the same time we want to help.
It's okay.
finish
I
the
don't
album.
think it's negative. So
No, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
About your latest album, Broken Man, the title, for me a bit not so very positive. What's behind it?
Well, the song.
Why did you choose that title?
Well,
Are you a broken man? So.
Well, yeah, it's. I wrote it about it's sort of inner struggles, like dealing with those voices in your head and living with things like anxiety and depression and things like that. It's a metaphorical song, and it's about trying to overcome those negative emotions and trying to find a way through. So it's like Broken Man is all the things inside. It's an inner turbulence sort of kind of song. So yeah, it's not a very positive song, but yeah.
It is a blues rock album with a lot of influences.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel somewhere soul, jazz, funk.
Yeah.
That was the goal to go
Yeah.
for.
Oh yeah. Well, like I say, we all come from so many different genres and backgrounds that it's kind of natural.
And we like to give the audience a mixture of styles of music. So often they go to see a band and it's all the same sort of style, whereas they come and see Catfish, they get a variation in types of music they can
Sometimes
hear.
they say blues rock is always
Yes.
between lines, so let's go over it.
Yes. Yes.
9 originals,
Yes.
just one
song,
special song.
yeah.
Once. Yes.
A song Make It Rain,
Yeah.
about a special man. You must explain us something about, it's about Foy Vance.
Well, Foy Vance wrote the song.
Yeah, he wrote the song.
He wrote the song, and so we covered his song. Like I think Foy Vance is.
Why did you want to do that specific song?
Because it really connected with me when I first heard it.
I can say it was a British singer-songwriter, I think.
Irish.
Sorry, Irish.
yeah.
But he got an accident in Spain. I read somewhere. Is that right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so. I believe I remember seeing that somewhere. But the main reason why, like, Foy Vance is just an amazing singer-songwriter. He is that really. He's not really a performer. He doesn't do a lot of live stuff. So I'm trying to just sort of spread the word around a little bit about him as well. 'Cause he's great and very underrated as a songwriter. So he's done a lot of work for sort of the big wigs, as you say, like people like Ed Sheeran. I think he's done some stuff with Adele, people like that. So he makes his money off of writing songs rather than performing them live.
But we dedicated the song on the album to Michael Caswell, who was Matthew's guitar tutor at music college.
That's the link.
Yes, and he died. And whilst we were making the album, and so the dedication is to him.
The last thing about the album, the title song, Broken Man. I read somewhere, and maybe you should correct me, that they call it prog rock.
Prog rock.
Yeah. Are you happy to do?
Yeah, I mean, prog blues rock is a genre that doesn't come around a lot.
Psychedelic southern rock.
Yeah.
But
fine.
whatever you want to call it, man. I like it.
That's
I
fine.
listened a few times to the song. So it's a good blues rock song.
But isn't that the interesting thing, that different people find different things?
That's normal. That's good.
Yeah.
I have a question. You are now from the UK. You are from the UK. When are you going to cross the ocean?
To America.
Yeah, States.
Possibly
next summer.
next year. We've got a few people interested, but it's just a case of
You already get requests to.
we've had a few offers,
Yeah.
but it's just a bit difficult nowadays due to visa prices going up, and it's just being a bit more difficult to actually get across the ocean now.
Yeah, but hopefully
we will. Yeah.
festivals next summer.
We'll definitely get over
That
there.
must normally be the next step.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
we will definitely play that.
Europe also is very attractive for us because we want to come over to it because obviously it's closer. B we have and we've not. We're trying to develop a fan base in Europe to try and make sure that we can do well over here and spread the word of Catfish in Europe as well as America.
I have 2 questions to go. How should I see Catfish in over 5 years in the long term? We have already said that's things that we want to do to.
We'll still be working. It's the main thing, really. We'll be doing the same thing that we're doing now, like
Maybe your
playing
father
live.
is retired, I don't know.
Well, he's semi-retired now.
Could be. I mean, one thing that a lot of people keep asking us is to do a live album, and I think we will.
Yeah.
But not just yet. We'll have the next studio album out in early next year.
I think that you really are a live band.
Yeah. So I think the thing after the next studio album, I think we may do a live album DVD.
Because then we'll have more original stuff to actually put on there, so it'll be a bit more sort of lucrative.
Like I said, I have a last question. What did you learn about yourself? That's especially from he's the youngest guy, by being a musician, by playing music.
I learned.
You're rather young, I know, but How long do you play music? 3, 4
I've
years?
played music
Yeah.
for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I actually started out on piano, which is a weird thing. And I just didn't get on with it. I love the instrument, but I can never play it very well. And then I went over to guitar at about age 6. Well, no, I had a guitar when I was 6, and then developed more of a love for it and got lessons later on. But what I've learned is in my I say later years, I think in my school years, when I was coming to the end of my GCSEs and things like that, it clicked for me that I wasn't good at anything else. Like, I wasn't good at maths, geography, English, all that kind of stuff, but the only thing I was really anything decent at was music. So I learned that that's kind of what I'm meant to be doing, really, if I'm honest. I mean, I just love it so much. I'll never ever get bored of it, and I just love going different directions with it. And yeah.
You're a young guy.
Yes.
But are you happy to be a musician? Happy to?
Yeah,
To
I
be
mean,
in the music. In the
oh,
music
totally.
business?
Like, yeah, it's the lifestyle definitely isn't for everyone. Like, a lot of people love playing their instrument, playing guitar, but like the traveling, the going around, the seeing new places, like I think that part's not for everyone. But like, I love it. I could sit in a car for like 12 hours.
just as well.
I don't mind. Yeah, like we were traveling around like northern Spain. It was just amazing. You just look out the window and see this scenery, and then it changed to a snowy mountainside. You're just like, this is great. I could do this all the time. But like, no, I'm obsessed. I don't stop thinking about it. Music, so.
Like, what I think is important is you realise that you have to put your whole thing into it. Like, as Adam says, the lifestyle isn't for everyone.
Yeah, no.
But if you want to do it, you have to put your whole thing into it.
Yeah.
Like, don't half-ass
You
it. Doing
can't say
something
you have
else.
to be once in a week there or at home or that's
The other thing I think is great about it is between the musicians and the audience is the great community that there is in music. It's been such great experience over the last 4 or 5 years, just meeting all the people that were now friends of the band. And there really is a great community feeling between. I think we always say that half the show is the band, half the show is the audience, and when it works is when those two are together.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And last question: who sets up the set list of what are we going to expect this evening?
See, he sets
I
them
don't
up.
want to do anything.
I set
I
them
don't.
up.
I play what I'm told.
Good bass player. Good bass player.
Okay, you do.
I start doing it, and then it changes because Matt will say, "Well, we should, let's do so-and-so because it's only 5 minutes long." Go, no, let's not because it's 12 minutes long. I tend to know what will fit.
Paul, it's always the same list, or do you say?
I know. I try and
okay,
make. See, this weekend we've done 3 shows. We would have done 3 shows, each of them 75 minutes, but I've made sure that each is a different show.
And you don't play a specific song.
Oh, we will play
specific
some every
songs.
time, but we deliberately put, even if it's a different audience in a different country, there'll still be some different things in there to make it more alive, and so we have to be very careful not to get stuck in
Doing the same set list over and over again.
Yeah.
Keeps things out.
We also the reason why it changes is because when we get there, we
yourself.
But we get there and we read the audience and think what they would like. So, for instance, if it's a bit more of a sitting down and quiet crowd, we'll change out a few of the songs and maybe put a few slower ones in.
We don't do requests.
We don't do requests. Never ever do requests.
Never do requests.
and vice versa. and then vice versa. If it's a bit more of a rocky crowd, we'll put more of the rocky stuff in. But there, like you say, there are some staple songs that will be in every set. But try and change it up every.
Can I ask a question of you then?
Yes, please.
Having listened to the album,
Yeah.
what is your favourite number on the album?
I wrote a review, so sorry I have to look back, but there were a few numbers. The Broken Man song,
Okay.
that's my song. And then let's Never Go Back, I think. The 5th song.
Yeah.
But the Broken Man sowieso. That's why and the last song that was a very long song. That is get in the mood and then you let the music come over yourself.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very fun.
Yeah.
Good.
And then the way that I look on YouTube the films, but the way the Matt plays and he goes into the music, you can see that he is a part of the song. So that's perfect.
Yes, I have fun.
That's perfect. So for such a young guy, and you are lucky to be
I am.
to live in a.
Yeah, that is absolutely one thing that I've realised is I am incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
Not only for the band to be where we are today, but just to be in a band with such great guys as well, and really supportive guys. You know, they'll, just support me through anything, and I'll support them through anything. It's just this proper family band, like obviously with my dad in the band, but even more so like these guys as well, they're family.
Okay, gentlemen, these were my questions. I'm sure about it, that we have a great show tonight.
Thank you very much.
Enjoying your music, and thank you again for your music.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Matt,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Just if you are so kind